One Zambia, one nation. Welcome to ZANIS News. I'm Alice Banda to be with you. Let's take a look at the stories making headline. Vice President Mutale Nalumango advises traders to keep premises clean. Kasenseli gold mine to partially reopen. Mshindamo police station commissioned. Plus, Zambia receives over 700,000 United States dollars towards cholera control. And now the news in detail. Vice President Mutale Nalumango today led the residents of Munali constituency in a cleaning exercise. Mrs. Nalumango was accompanied by Ministers of Water Development and Sanitation, Mike Mposha, and Green Economy and Environment, Collins Nzovo. During the cleaning exercise, the Vice President engaged traders at Kamanga Market and those trading along the Ngorere Road on the need to keep their trading places clean. Lakson Makosa has the rest of the story.
Vice President Mutale Nalumango had a busy Saturday as she led the residents of Munali constituency on a cleaning exercise in the area. Braving the scorching sun, Mrs. Nalumango led government and community officials in tidying up the Ngorere Road and Kamanga Market area respectively. As part of the Keep Clean campaign, the Vice President engaged traders, shop operators and residents on the need to keep premises and trading areas clean.
So pano pene mwebana mama na bonse byabashikisha pano epo bwikalo bwenu bubere beti chiwame kuteka bwasa tufumeni nombanga na mwikala pano pene epo kutoterera polesa nga wafika tepo undishisha pano pene epo undishisha n'abana ekyo mfira na kasunga ubusaka.
And the Vice President has implored members of the public to embrace the culture of cleanliness and make it a lifestyle.
We need a culture that has cleanness at the back of our minds. We appreciate cleanness in Zambia. And I believe that cholera outbreak of 2023-2024 is an eye-opener to all of us. So wherever anybody is, keep that environment clean. Whether it's your house, don't sweep inside and you dump outside. That's not clean. You clean the surrounding. That's the way we have been taught at Zambia.
Minister of Green Economy and Environment Collins Nzovo, who was part of the Vice President's entourage, emphasized on the need to keep surroundings clean so as to prevent disease outbreaks.
This is an important event. This is an event which should be part of our lifestyle every day. Zambians generally are clean people. We don't know where this phenomenon is coming from. So we encourage you to be responsible for your own debt.
And Munali Member of Parliament Mike Mposha thanked the Vice President for engaging the people of Munali on the need to observe hygienic practices.
Mine is just to thank you, Madam Vice President, that you found time this morning to be with us to lead the cleaning exercise. This is very important, and I can't agree more with you that no one should die of diseases that ordinarily are preventable and are treatable. We know that we can prevent ourselves from cholera by ensuring that we trade and we live in a clean environment and surrounding.
Indeed, keeping surroundings clean is a responsibility of everyone, as this is important in averting outbreaks of diseases associated with filthiness. For ZANIS, I'm Lakson Makosa.
And Permanent Secretary for Special Duties under Cabinet Office, Patrick Mcheleka, says trade activities involving Zambia and Mozambique at Luangwa Harbour are greatly beneficial for the development of both countries. Zambia, which is currently enforcing a fish ban, receives fish from the Mozambican town of Zombo, while that country imports essential commodities from Luangwa town, a situation that has alerted the Permanent Secretary. Details in this report.
Zambia is currently experiencing a fish ban. But luckily for Zambian fish traders, the fish ban does not affect neighboring Mozambique. This is why people troop to the Luangwa Harbor, where they can easily access fish from neighboring Mozambique. The harbor is strategically located because it is around the confluence of Luangwa River and Zambezi River, which borders Zambia with her neighbors, Mozambique and Zimbabwe.
Our brothers and sisters from Mozambique are supplying fish to Zambia. At the same time, our people in Zambia are also supplying essential commodities to our brothers and sisters in Mozambique and Zimbabwe, such that they are even able to do, if you like, a better system.
You can see that loading on their boats, and this is the way it's supposed to be. And I think it's a bilateral arrangement that is here, and we do corroborate sometimes with the administration there. Certain things that they want to be executed, they would share with us.
Kanga Chepe Piri is a water transporter who helps transport fish from Mozambique to the Zambian side.
So these traders you are seeing with these stands, they buy from these people from here at a wholesale price and put their fish on these stores or stands you are seeing, reselling as the retailers.
Mtalekani for ZANIS News in Luangwa District, Lusaka Province.
The Central Province Administration says it is determined to reduce the effects of lead poisoning, which has been posing a health threat in Kabwe District. Central Province Permanent Secretary Miuna Mwanakampwe says government, with support from the World Bank, has started putting concrete and planting grass in lead hotspot areas. Sunday Walia was in Kabwe and now reports.
Lead poisoning in Kabwe District has been affecting residents for some time. For this reason, Central Province Administration, with support from other cooperating partners, is committed to ensure that the challenge of lead poisoning is reduced or entirely eradicated in the area. Central Province Permanent Secretary Miuna Mwanakampwe highlighted some of the strides government, with support from the World Bank, is making to mitigate the effects of lead poisoning in the area.
Kabwe is one of the towns that are reported to be leading in terms of lead poisoning. And for us, that is not sitting well, that has not sat well. And when we came in, together with other cooperating partners, this government cooperated with other stakeholders. Most of the areas that were hotspots have either been concretized by way of putting concrete, or we have planted grass in terms of lawn. Right now you go to areas like mine area. Most of the areas, people have been capacitated to plant the lawn. And also, not only that, the canal that by and large was carrying water from all the way in Makurulu into the mining area, into, if you like, into Mpima stream and straight into Mteteshi River and eventually into the Mulungushi River, has now been concretized. We've put concrete on either sides, both down and on either sides. And that project is ongoing. And what has happened is that has not just come as a project that has come to cure the lead poisoning. It has come also to empower men and women who have been given subcontracts.
Right. Kabwe District Commissioner Lennox Shimwambwa is not pleased with the pace at which the contractor is moving to rehabilitate the canal.
That's a ZAMRIP project under World Bank, managed through Minister of Mines, working with the local authority. So the World Bank got a contractor. Ourselves, obviously, we are not very happy with what we are seeing. In some cases, even the quality of the works. It's a $4 million project, by the way.
Residents in the area also shared their views on the impact of lead poisoning in Kabwe District.
This is a good thing to do, because from where we are coming from, there were weeds which were just growing in there. Hence now holding on to the lead that was coming with the water, that current which is coming from the mines, was coming with the lead, and then those weeds were holding on to that. And then you look at someone who has been affected by lead itself, many would discover that they would have loss of memory. Apart from losing the memory, many of them, especially the kids, were becoming so dull, even the performance in class.
These interventions by government and the World Bank will help to reduce the effects of lead poisoning in Kabwe district. For ZANIS in Kabwe, I am Sunday Warrior.
Meanwhile, Kasenseli Gold Mine in Mwinilunga district is expected to partially reopen soon. Government, through Zambia Gold Company, a subsidiary of ZCCM-IH, has since set aside $2.6 million towards the compensation of Kampoko Resources, so as for the firm to surrender its mining license to government. Kalan Muchima reports that Chief Chibwika has since declared his willingness to sign a consent letter allowing government to begin mining activities at the mine.
The Kasenseli Gold Mine in Mwinilunga district has not been in operation for a long time now due to court cases involving license holders such as Kampoko Resources and PCB Mining. In July 2022, President Hakainde Hichilema promised the nation that he will resolve all outstanding issues at Kasenseli Gold Mine, and indeed strides have been made towards its partial reopening. This follows negotiations with Kampoko Resources, which has now agreed a $2.6 million compensation so as to surrender its license to government. As a result, Chief Chibwika has since signed minutes of the previous meeting with key stakeholders, a move which will now lead to him signing a consent letter allowing government to begin operations at the mine.
It has been our desire that this mine opens. It is for our benefit, for the people's benefit, that the mine is in operation. But we may also be mindful of the fact that prior to Zambia Gold and ZCCM coming on, there were previous license holders. And these previous license holders, I think, took some matters to court, which matters have also contributed to the delay of the reopening of the mine. The people of Kasenseli especially, because they basically have put their hopes on the mine and they are no longer even carrying out the usual farming activities. So I am very grateful for the President to have actually sent you back here so that we can find a way of concluding these matters once and for all.
Was agreed. Today, I've come back as a representative of the government and also as your own representative, your son, coming from Chibwika, to confirm these minutes, that meeting we had. From after you have assented to these minutes, it gives me authority to present to them that yes, this meeting took place and it was genuine, so that we can deal with the Kampoko issue. The other matter which is still in court, which has not been decided, that will wait a bit, so that the Kampoko issue is completely cleared out of the way. And also it shows that the chiefdom, the leadership, is with the government on this matter because the closure of the mine has taken too long.
Senior Chief Ikeleng says the reopening of the mine will bring about economic development in Mwinilunga and surrounding districts and the nation as a whole. Zambia Gold Company, subsidiary of ZCCM-IH, has since set aside the $2.6 million compensation meant for Kampoko Resources so as to conclude the negotiations and remain with PCB. Kampoko Resources was the license holder for Pit 2 at Kasenseli Gold Mine, while PCB holds the license for Pit 1. ZANIS reports in Mwinilunga.
Permanent Secretary for Special Duties at Cabinet Office, Isabel Lemba, says connection of councils to the government wide area network, GWAN, will enhance transparency and accountability in the administration of constituency development funds. Mrs. Lemba was speaking when she, in the company of Northwestern Province Permanent Secretary Grandson Katambi, inspected the installation of internet connectivity project being implemented by Smart Zambia Institute. More in this report by Obed Lejemo.
Government, through Smart Zambia, is connecting local authorities countrywide to the government-wide area network. Key among reasons for this undertaking is to enhance transparency and accountability in public service delivery. Permanent Secretary Special Duties at Cabinet Office, Isabella Lemba, is in Mwinilunga District to inspect the installations of the internet facilities.
This project is very, very important because it will streamline, it will help the collection of revenue to be more effective now because people will be able to access the services electronically through the internet, and also council will be able to provide for those services to be paid for electronically.
Mrs. Lemba says the internet connectivity project will equally ensure effective implementation of CDF.
As we are dealing with CDF projects and resources for CDF, the transparency and accountability that is always being emphasized by the head of state, this project will be able to help us ensure that the councils are operating more efficiently.
This directly connects to our data centers. And those are the data centers that house our IFMIS, they house our permit.
And speaking during separate courtesy calls paid on them by Mrs. Lemba, Town Council Chairperson Jonathan Chinyimba and District Commissioner Harrison Kamuna said internet connectivity will ease the implementation of government programs in the district.
We are able to see decentralization at its grassroots level, because in the past we used to hear of decentralization, but those were issues that were in documents, in papers. But
it will be a saving on the side of government, and not only that, but it will enhance confidentiality.
9 districts in the province have most of the internet equipment installed, awaiting commissioning. Reporting for ZANIS, Obed Dilijim in Mwinilunga District, Northwestern Province.
We take a break, more stories to come. Stay tuned.
Kolera wapa msongo muka. Kolera wapa msongo wa kuichisa. Mutu alina msongo wa kolera echikuichisa ngachikuma na kusaza nawa. Bize vipi mwaichisa mutu na vipoya meya nge msoji wa loso. Mubeji echikuzia ngachikuma mujimba mumwe kufumisa meya amujimba. Mubeji nawa na hase kufa mujiwola li 12 hours ngekawe chikumuhana vitumbo vya kumuka wa shiko. Unahase ngachili kwachi wa kumsongo wa kolera kuhichila mkuna meya kuwana kuhaka vitumbo nawa aze alina majilo. Kuulia vyakulya na mawoko aze alina majilo chipwe kuzachisa malonga na jindeho ja kukosa na meya majilo akuhona kuhaka vitumbo. Kuulia vyakulya vyakuhona kufika vize vana wili kubajiji. Kuulia vyakulya vituta vize kawatumbikanga kana wako. Kuulia vyakulya vize vana kulandulula mumikwakwa. Na kulia na wamihako na makovu ako na kukosa kanawa. Tunahasenga chili kulikinga kumusongo wa kolera. Telekenu mea enu akunwa chipwe kuhaka mo vitumbo vya chlorine. Sandenu kumawoko enu na sopo chipwe na meya kuhaka vitumbo hanyima ya kuzaisa chimbusho. Zumisenu vyakulya vyenu shimbukanda mubilye. Fwikenu vyakulya vyenu vyosena kuchina kuviwila kubajiji. Kanda kulya vyakulya vyakulanda mumikwa kwa nduma. Zachisenu chimbusho lwa sena. Kahakanda kuzachisa ndundu chipwe mapepa andundu hakuya na kulihehwa nduma. Mwatela kumona ngwenu vipi yosena munawitapwila mchimbusho. Chimbusho cha nawa chatela kupwa cha unyoji kahanawa cha kufika lwa sena. Mujimbu no bana mnehela okuli bakachanda chatala kulikangula cha meno ya watu cha Ministry of Health.
Welcome back. We continue with the news. Minister of Home Affairs and Internal Security Jack Mwimbo has handed over the Mushindamo police station, which was constructed through the constituency development funds at a cost of over 2.6 million kwacha. Mr. Mwimbo also handed over earth-moving machines procured at a cost of 7.3 million kwacha. In a related story, Chongwe Member of Parliament Sylvia Masebo has commissioned Ndeke Vona Police in Madido area in Chongwe District, constructed at a cost of over 800,000 kwacha through the constituency development funds. Ms. Masebo says the successful completion of the police post and other CDF projects in the constituency is a demonstration of government's commitment to deliver the much-needed development to the rural parts of the country. Details in the following report.
Chongwe constituency, like any other constituency in the country, is currently enjoying a fair share of development propelled by the Constituency Development Fund, CDF. Among the major milestones successfully achieved through CDF is the construction of Ndeke Vona Police Post at a cost of over 800,000 kwacha in Madido Ward. Speaking when she commissioned the police post, Chongwe Member of Parliament Sylvia Masebo stated that the police post is expected to respond to the high levels of crime in the area.
So today I'm very happy as area Member of Parliament that the issue of security is being managed by way of setting up constructing this police post, and we hope through the construction of this police post, the issue of crime will go down, especially petty crimes that are committed even among the people themselves that live within this area.
Ms. Masebo also urged residents to cooperate with police officers at the police post in fighting crime in the area.
The community, the people here at Ndeke, it is your duty to work with the police. It is your duty to help the policemen and women that will work here, for them to be able to discharge their functions effectively, for them to be able to stop the crimes.
Chongwe CDF Committee Chairperson Grace Kapila stated that she is pleased with government's commitment towards fostering development in the constituency through CDF.
I wish to use this opportunity to appreciate all our stakeholders in the implementation of the CDF project and the other activities for Chongwe constituency so far achieved.
Meanwhile, Madido Ward Councillor Janet Chisenga said the police post will give residents in the area a sense of security.
In commissioning this police post, let us renew our commitment to fostering an environment where everyone can live, work, and thrive without fear. Together, we embark on a journey towards a safer, and more secure future for our community.
Sheila Makosa, reporting for ZANIS in Chongwe District.
Zimba District Council has spent over 2 million kwacha under the 2022-2023 Mapatizia Constituency Development Fund on the procurement of about 2,600 desks. The council has also completed the construction of 7 various school infrastructure valued at 7 million kwacha. Zimba Council Secretary Christopher Siasinyanga says some of the projects will soon be commissioned. Kostak Mdenda brings us the details.
Providing effective learning to the learners under this grass-thatched structure attached to 1-by-1 classroom block has been a challenge at Nkungwa Primary School in Zimba District. But the story about this school and many others that have received the new infrastructure will soon change as the construction of 1-by-3 classroom block using the Constituency Development Fund has been completed, awaiting commissioning.
We've got 6 schools that have been constructed so far for the 2022 and 2023 funding. And the total cost of the schools that we have constructed is about 7 million. And we're so grateful that we were able to procure about 2,620 desks and at a cost of about 2.5 million. Most of these projects that we are talking about are just awaiting commissioning.
Government has done a great job in Mapatizia. Mapatizia has seen dramatic change because of the increment of the CDF. Schools powered with off-the-grid power solutions. And you wouldn't believe, you are in Mapatizia, the water reticulation. We have put up a number of boreholes. You have no idea how excited I am to be Member of Parliament at such a time as this.
Once these schools commissioned, they will not only provide enough space for learners, but conducive environment.
As you can see, we have desks
learners used to sit on the floor previously, but this time it is going to benefit every child who comes to school to sit on a desk.
The construction of these schools will also reduce long distance covered by the learners.
Other pupils used to move almost maybe 7-10 kilometers.
Costa Kimdenda, ZANIS, in Zimba District, Southern Province.
Zambia has received over 700,000 United States dollars support from the Africa Public Health Fund towards cholera control. The funding, which has been facilitated as a collaborative effort between the Ministry of Health and the World Health Organization, was handed over to Ministry of Health by World Health Organization country representative Nathaniel Bakaita.
The global community, through the Africa Public Health Fund, have given Zambia $723,582 towards the fight against cholera. The World Health Organization, WHO, who facilitated the fund, have explained that the fund is intended to help Zambia in controlling and preventing cholera outbreaks.
We've been allocated US dollars 723,582, or the equivalent of 20 million Zambian kwacha to support the response. Today, I would like to symbolically hand over the check to signify that donation. The money is already in the WHO coffers. We shall execute according to the proposal and request by Ministry of Health. But I also want to mention that we have supplies that have come in that are at the airport. They will be cleared on Monday, worth $115,200 US that arrived, and this include PPEs, tents, medicines, and other details.
Minister of Health Sylvia Masebo received the fund on behalf of Zambia and expressed gratitude to the global health community for the gesture.
Let me just say, on behalf of the President of the Republic of Zambia and the people of Zambia, and indeed on my own behalf as Minister of Health, I want to thank the World Health Organization African region, and in particular Dr. Moit, for this wonderful gesture, and just to assure African member states of WHO that Zambia is doing everything possible to ensure that this year we work hard not just to stop lives that are being lost out of cholera, but to ensure that cholera should never come back again to Zambia.
The minister also took time to update the country on the current cholera situation.
Today, we report new cases countrywide, and this time around in the last 24 hours there is 163 new cases that have been reported countrywide, and this must be compared to yesterday when we recorded 169 cases. Of the 163 cases that have been recorded countrywide in the past 24 hours, 100 cases were in Lusaka province. Further, 84 cases of these were recorded in Lusaka district. So 100 cases in the province of Lusaka, of which majority again are in Lusaka district, which is 84 cases in Lusaka district. Kanyama constituency reported the highest number of these 84, 29 were from Kanyama constituency, followed by Matero constituency, 21, Munali, third place, 11, then Kabwata, 9, and Chawama, 8, Mandevu, 6. The Hero Stadium, which is the main cholera center, continues to host patients. As of 6 hours this morning, we had a total of 46 patients in admission compared to 43 patients that we had in admission yesterday. We are still concerned over the low but sustained number of cases we continue to see outside Lusaka province. Of the 163 cases reported in the past 24 hours, 17 cases were from Copperbelt province, 20 from Central province, 7 from Southern province, and 10 from Northwestern province, and 7 from Eastern province. Western and Muchinga provinces reported 1 case each. Today, Northern and Wapula province did not report any case. Countrywide, we recorded 3 deaths in the past 24 hours. 1 from Central province and 2 from the Copperbelt provinces. All the 3 deaths happened in the communities
and were brought in dead to the facilities. So for Lusaka province, for the first time we have 0 deaths recorded in the entire Lusaka province. But the 3 deaths are coming from Copperbelt 2 and then 1 from Central province. And what is worse is that all these patients are coming brought in dead, none in the facility.
The gesture has delighted the local communities and will indeed go a long way to help prevent and control the spread of cholera. ZANIS News in Bauleni, Lusaka.
Minister of Local Government and Rural Development, Garin Kombo, has closed down some illicit beer breweries, shops and bars that are operating under poor sanitary conditions. This was during a sensitization campaign on public hygiene in preventing cholera conducted in Lusaka's Bauleni Township. Sarah Miti joined the minister on the tour and brought us this report.
As government continues its fight against cholera, public sensitization on prevention becomes critical. Today, Minister of Local Government and Rural Development, Garin Kombo, for this reason laid hundreds of Bauleni residents in the cleaning and sensitization of communities on cholera prevention. Upon seeing the poor sanitary conditions that traders operate in, the minister was prompted to order the closure of some businesses until they comply with state public hygiene standards.
So let's prepare it. This is how we prepare it. I will come back here Tuesday. Let me find your soccer resident. We shouldn't promote a fight. You can't allow people to live under those conditions because you are making it. You go and sort out the soccer. That's the directive now. Starting today, please help. Help yourself, help me, help your tenants, help your neighbors. Go and sort out those 2 places.
Minister also took time to caution some household members on hygiene.
It's coming from the side
And another one soccer.
The sensitization campaign was supported by the global community like the World Health Organization, who have also shared their sentiments on the sanitary conditions in Bauleni and what can be done to improve the situation.
Walking through the Bauleni suburb, which we've done this morning, we see that some of the risk factors are still very present in our midst. We have seen the drainage channels that are choked with rubbish. We have seen some of the stagnant water that around is not flowing, and also the conditions of sanitation are not good. We encourage people to keep their environment clean. But while we still have cholera, even afterwards, the culture of having clean water and clean hands should be part and parcel of us.
The sensitization exercise is a multi-ministerial effort between the Ministries of Health, Local Government and Rural Development and the Ministry of Water Development and Sanitation, and will be conducted in more areas in Lusaka. Sarah Miti for ZANIS.
We take our last break. Stay tuned.
Kodi kolera ndi chani?
Kolera ndi matenda othulula. Munthu amene adwala matenda ya kolera amathulula kwambiri ndi kusanza. Dothi lake limakhala ngati madzi momwe atsukira mpunga. Ndipo munthu odwala kolera, madzi mthupi lake amatha kamba kakuti iye amachoka kwambiri kupyolera mkusanza ndi kuthulula kwambiri. Munthu odwala kolera angamwalire m'maola 12 kaya kuti 12 hours ngati sanalandire mwamsanga thandizo la mankhwala.
Kodi munthu angatengere motani matenda a kolera?
Kumwa madzi adothi, kudya zakudya ndi m'manja mosasamba mwadothi kapena kugwiritsa ntchito mbale zotsukiwa ndi madzi adothi. Kudya zakudya zimene zinangosiwa mosasamala posabwinikira. Kudya zakudya zozizira zachimbala zimene sizinasungiwa bwino. Kudya zakudya zimene amagulitsa mphepete mwa misewu. Kudya zipatso ndi ndiwo zamasamba zosatsuka.
Kodi kolera ingachinjiriziwe?
Gadusani madzi anu akumwa kapena kugwiritsa ntchito chlorine. Sambani m'manja ndi madzi aukhondo ndi sopo mukamaliza kugwiritsa ntchito chimbudzi. Funditsani zakudya mukalebe kuyamba kudya. Osadya zakudya zimene zimagulitsidwa mphepete mwa misewu. Muyenera kubwinikira zakudya kuopetsa kuti ntchentche zingakakeko. Nthawi zonse muyenera kugwiritsa ntchito chimbudzi. Pewani kugwiritsa ntchito machemba kapena maplastiki ngati chimbudzi. Onani kuti dothi litayiwa mchimbudzi. Nthawi zonse onani kuti zimbudzi zikhala zaukhondo ndipo nthawi zonse pambowa wa chimbudzi chanu pazikhala pobwinikira bwinobwino. Okubweretsani uthenga uyu ndi aunduna wa zaumoyo.
Southern Province Permanent Secretary Naman Monze has expressed concern over the province's low performance for the 2023 junior and senior secondary school results. Dr. Monze was speaking during the 2024 Provincial Examination Performance Review meeting, which highlighted that the province has recorded a reduction from 52.5% in 2022 to 49.1% in 2024. Still in education news, but now in Chadiza, Eastern Province Education Officer Brenley Malambo has inspected schools in Chadiza district in readiness for reopening on Monday, February 12, 2024. More in the following report.
Chadiza district is ready to open schools on Monday, 12 February 2024. Due to the cholera outbreak, schools delayed to open, giving room to mitigate the challenge. The visiting provincial education officer is happy with the measures put in place and wants children to start learning immediately.
Our schools are reopening on Monday. Now, what does that mean? It simply means that for us in Eastern Province, come Monday, 12th of February, effective teaching and learning will start on Monday. Gone are the days when we would use the first 1 week to prepare, and not anymore. In Eastern, all the teachers are readily waiting for our children.
Parents are happy.
Chifukwa cha kubwera kwanu kwa pafupi kuti pangisa kuti ma teachers na va debs vankhale encouraged vaike konzeru kumaphunziro va vana vathu ndipo ma results yake yamene yamachoka pazaka zonse zamene takhala nanu ya tipasa mphamvu komanso yaluonesa chithunzi chakuti ntchito yamene muluchita ni ntchito yakulu kwambiri.
Also being assisted by the district health office. Right. They have provided also a number of materials. Yeah. Yes, we have the granular crawling, which we are mainly going to use it at our reserve tank.
The District Education Board Secretary is prioritizing health in schools.
We formed the multi-sector team, yes, and the first thing we decided to undertake was to intensify sensitization to the teachers and the parents. For Chadiza Boarding Secondary School, we know it's a special consideration that's there because we have a lot of pupils that come from Lusaka, and it's an epicenter. And so we are sure that maybe one or two could have some cholera as they come. So as a school, what we have decided to do is to make some kind of a screening center, a screening point, where all the learners from Lusaka will have to be screened from.
Juba Zulu, ZANIS, Chadiza District, Eastern Province.
Munali Area Member of Parliament Mike Mposha has donated 4 television sets to the University of Zambia Students' Union at Lusaka's main campus. Mr. Mposha says the donation is meant to serve as a recreation and information facility for the students' populace. And University of Zambia Acting Deputy Vice Chancellor Boniface Namangala thanked the lawmaker for the gesture. University of Zambia Students' Union President Vincent Musalikani expressed gratitude to the Member of Parliament for the donation.
I want to take it to your room. All right, cheers. Yeah.
Beautiful.
am here to fulfill that pledge. I have organized, I've bought 4 TVs, I think 43 inch, which I think we discussed the points where you want them to be, but we'll leave it to yourselves and management. You know the places, the convergence places where you can put them. But just to say that we must learn from this to ensure that we secure property of this institution.
Definitely.
We must all be proud that
Yes.
this is our own institution.
Yes.
And when we have people who come to incite us to break our own property, you just know that they don't mean well.
Yeah.
No matter how annoyed you are not going to break down your TVs in your house, to break down your fridges in your house, because within a short time you need water from your fridge. So we must work together to ensure that no matter how deep the misunderstandings which have arisen could be, we must be able to sit around the table and resolve those misunderstandings. But we must always guard against those that enter the institution to come. I don't think that the TV which you, the students, depend on, you could pick a stone and go and break the same TV. But it can only be people that are coming from outside, because for them it doesn't matter. But for you it matters most that after studying very hard, you need to go to a place where you can watch soccer, you can watch some movies.
Kind of gesture, we should not take it for granted. We must all be very grateful. What the minister expects of us is to guard these items that he has brought jealously. Let us do our role. When I went to see what had happened, to see the kind of thuggery that happened, people breaking the common rooms, the windows, breaking the television sets. No. For me, even during all my time at the university, I never saw that kind of thing. And that's why, agreeing totally with the minister, I don't expect that it came from the students. If you participated in that, it is deeply regretted and not in your normal state. So, if someone else did that, your job is you shouldn't allow such a thing to happen. So we are talking of being security conscious colleagues. We need to have our eyes wide open at all times to protect and secure our university.
Much grateful, sir, for the heart you have for your constituency, for the University of Zambia, and for the students at large. Concerning the items that have been donated today, before you came through, we were even talking about the issue of security with my fellow ministers, and not just for the TVs, but even for the new development that we have seen in the halls of residences. We have seen new pipes there, we have seen new taps there, we have seen toilets, which we appreciate you coming on board. We also like to appreciate management for what you are doing. We wouldn't like to overlook that, because this is an investment that you are putting in. We are seeing you putting in resources every now and then. Even if there's vandalism at some point, even if there's theft at some, you keep on pumping in resources to make sure that the university is up to standard. On that, we want to say thank you. As UNZASU, as we mentioned last time, Honorable, we are looking into security, bringing in more police to make sure that we have students patrolling at different hours. We would like also to say that we are going to guard these items jealously. We'll make sure that when we are done watching, we're putting them back to the boxes and taking them into the security.
More in the news, the Barotse Royal Establishment says the date for this year's Kuomboka ceremony of the Lozi people will be announced at an appropriate time. BRE Ngambela Manyando Mkela said this during the Kuomboka Kufulu Hela fundraising dinner dance held at Country Lodge in Mongo District. Darlington Kawambe has the details.
The Barroso Royal establishment has called for unity and oneness in enhancing and promote the Komboka ceremony of the Lost people in Western Province. Ngambela Manyando Mukera said this during the Komboka Kufuluhela fundraising dinner dance held at Country Lodge in Mangu district.
You have demonstrated your love and passion for your culture. The unity of purpose and the oneness demonstrated this evening by coming together. The main event will come at the right time.
Nathaniel Mubukwanu is the Komboka Kufuluhela national chairperson.
Mangu today is the hive of activities, and the climax of it all is the fundraising dinner dance that is being hosted by the Komboka Kufuluhela National Committee with the sole purpose of raising resources that we are going to utilize in order to host a very successful Komboka traditional ceremony.
Nick Modley from the Biocarbon Partners and Verna Mayberg from Peace Parks Foundation expressed their views towards the Komboka ceremony.
It's a testament to our resilience and unity in preserving nature while fostering economic growth. They redefine our symbiotic relationship with the natural world, exploring the captivating landscape and partaking in celebrations leading up to one of Zambia's most revered traditional events. In commemorating this Komboka fundraising dinner dance, we join hands to raise funds for the forthcoming Komboka ceremony. In celebrating this event, we fortify our shared community and cultural values while acknowledging and appreciating our distinct identities.
Africa is blessed with an abundance of diverse cultures, diverse people, and diverse nature. And that makes us, as African people, very wealthy. But it's up to us in terms of how we preserve our culture and how we preserve nature.
Western Province Permanent Secretary Sumomo Akapelwa had this to say.
This event is a fundraiser. We are raising funds towards the hosting of one of the country's premier traditional ceremonies, the Komboka of His Majesty the Litunga from the summer capital in Lialui to the winter capital in Limulunga. The Komboka has existed for centuries now, and each year it becomes bigger. As an event becomes bigger, it needs a lot of resources to organize. The Komboka Kufuluhela National Organizing Committee is therefore holding this function today as one of a number of functions to be held by LOZI and their collaborating partners.
This year's Komboka Kufuluhela fundraising dinner dance was attended by various people from all walks of life. Darlington Kavambe reporting in Mangu District, Western Province.
Finally in the news, Acting Dean of the African Ambassadors and High Commissioners in Zambia, Alphas Matleku, has paid glowing tribute to the late Namibian President Hage Geingob. Mr. Matleku, who is also Botswana High Commissioner to Zambia, said the people of Namibia, the region and continent have lost a distinguished servant of the people and a liberation struggle icon. He said President Geingob leadership was deeply cherished by many as he endeavored to consolidate the unity of the continent and integration of the SADC region. He said this during a candlelight vigil held in memory of Dr. Geingob, who died on the 4th of February 2024. The ceremony was characterized by the singing of hymns, poems, messages, and sharing of God's word.
The African group of ambassadors and high commissioners accredited to the Republic of Zambia, we extend our heartfelt condolences to the government and people of Namibia on the passing of His Excellency Dr. Geingob, President of the Republic of Namibia, or former President of the Republic of Namibia, on 4th February 2024. Tonight we assemble at the Namibian High Commission for this solemn candle lighting event in memory of our late father, President Geingob, in honor of his legacy as a great African leader and freedom fighter who fought for the independence of Namibia and Africa as a whole.
Our late president spent almost 17 years of his prime life in Zambia. Therefore, on behalf of the government of the Republic of Namibia, may I express our deepest appreciation to the Zambian nation, but more particularly to the late His Excellency Dr. Kenneth Kaunda, founding president of the Republic of Zambia, for unwavering support rendered to our late president and freedom fighters during the most difficult days of our liberation struggle. Dear Excellencies and monarchs, our late president was committed to inclusivity, unity, and building trust amongst Namibians.
As we end the news, a reminder of the top stories once again. Vice President Mutale Nalumango advises traders to keep premises clean. Kasenseli gold mine to partially reopen. Mshindamo police station commissioned. Plus, Zambia receives over 700,000 United States dollars towards cholera control. On that note, we end ZANIS News. On behalf of the entire ZANIS production team, I'm Alice Banda saying goodbye and God bless you.